Welcome to your USF Dons baseball week in review from the week of Friday, March 6th to Tuesday, March 10th, 2020. Great weekend for your USF Dons baseball as the Dons had a great weekend. They ended up taking 2 or 3 against Cal over the weekend. They won the Friday night game over in Berkeley 4-1. Robert Emery 2 for 4 with a pair of home runs, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs. Landon Barraza, 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, walked, a pair with 2 strikeouts. And then Alex Pham had 4 innings pitched, giving up 2 hits, 1 earned run. He ended up finishing the game with a quarter dozen strikeouts with 4 in the contest. And then game 2, Cal beat USF 6-1 as base on balls was the difference. Too many free bases for the Dons Saturday afternoon on the Hilltop. But then the Dons win, probably in the young season, in this 4th week, winning the rubber match of a 3-game series with a dramatic, thrilling win over the Cal Bears Sunday afternoon back at Evans Diamond, 8-3. The Dons 1-point trail, 3-0. Going into the 8th, they score a run on a home run by Kyle Nell. And then the 9th inning, the Dons came back and tied when Darius Foster got a stolen, or actually scored on a time run on a wild pitch. And then in the 10th inning, he followed that up, the Oakland native, with a 3-run home run in the top of the 10th. Foster was 1 for 1 with a pair of runs scored and 3 RBIs in the contest. Nell was 2 for 2 with a homer, 2 runs scored and an RBI. And then Grant Neshek pitched 4 2/3 innings, giving up 4 hits, 1 earned run, walked 2 with a quarter dozen strikeouts with 4. Was not involved in the decision. Alex Pham, who was named, was named West Coast Conference Player of the Week, or West Coast Conference Pitcher of the Week. 2 innings pitched, giving up 1 hit, 1 no runs, walked, a pair with a quarter dozen strikeouts with 4. And then on Tuesday, the Dons win their midweek game. Dons win it 4-2. Nick Yodovich 3 for 4 with a grand slam, 3 runs scored, 4 RBIs. Jack Winkler 2 for 3 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Robert Emery swinging a hot bat, who was the Buster Posey Award finalist, catcher of the week, 2 for 4 with a run scored. And Jacob Munoz 2 for 3 with a run scored. So let's take just your thoughts, Coach, of that win last week. The series, Dons have now 6-1 in their last 7 games.
We're playing a lot better, Brian. Obviously starts and ends with Barraza on Friday. Him and Pham have done a good job the last 2 weekends of really setting the tone for us, and obviously we've played a little bit better defense, and offensively we've been a lot better. To win on Friday night at Cal, 2 big home runs from Rob. Swing a really great bat, and actually really caught 2 nice games for us. He was by far the best player on the field in the series for us right there. So, we dropped Saturday's game 6-1. I know we've talked about it, but we made some errors. We walked a lot of guys, and we just didn't get any big hits. We were 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position on Saturday, and we lose. And then, we come back on Sunday. We're down 3-0. But it's a tough-fought game, and we get a home run from Kyle Nell off the bench, make it 3-1. And then obviously we put together a really nice 9th inning, 3 quality at-bats back-to-back, and then we got a break with the wild pitch. And, then we went out in the bottom of the 9th, and we made a couple errors, and we were able to survive. And then, boy, in the 10th, we don't execute a bunt with runners first and second. And then we get a big home run from Foster off the bench, which is a 3-run blast. And then we go out to score 2 more after that, putting together great at-bats. And, we end up getting an 8-3 victory at Cal. Last year Cal was a regional
coming back-to-back 30-win seasons. And now, right now, they... And the Presidents, we doing this taping, they have lost 11 of their first 15 games. And to take a series against them first time in a while, they've been able to do that.
Yeah, they're young, but they're extremely talented. Their arms are really good. Their position players are going to figure it out. It's a good team. Those are tough wins for us.
I
to beat
agree.
Cal,
Totally, I agree with you.
I think Cal's going to make some noise later in the year when they get their team together. But that remains to be seen. We're just going to keep moving forward. And then Tuesday was a really big game for us. We fall behind 2-0, and we turn a double play in the first to only give up 2. And then we go on to score 12. We get a big grand slam from Jovetic.
Jovetic swinging a hot bat right now. He's, I think, going into that game currently right now, Jovetic is right now looking at some of my stats as Jovetic is batting over 300, and it's with that he's currently right now batting 319. So he kind of cooled off a bit, but now he's getting back on it.
Yeah, we're actually swinging the bat pretty good as
Overall.
a team. We're hitting about 281, something like that, which is good for us as a team. And we got 6 guys hitting over 300, which that's how you score enough runs to win games. And if we can pitch and defend, this team has a chance to be successful because we're showing the signs of being able to score for multiple guys. If it's not Emery one night, it's Yovi the next night. If it's not Yovi, it's Foster. If it's not Foster, it's Nell, or it could be Williams, it could be Westerman, the 3-run home run he hit at Fullerton. We're getting a lot of production from a lot of guys in that lineup.
It's funny. I'll say your thought. About Foster. Hey, the Giants had Foster named George, who came up through their pipeline in the early '70s, and then was traded to the Reds, though, which I think was one of the worst trades in Giants franchise history because they got nothing back. A man named George Foster Wendell had a great career with the Reds. He was the National League MVP in '77, MVP of the '76 All-Star Game, MVP in '77 for the National League. I think it was a stretch for 4 straight years between '76 through about '79 or '80, 4 or 5 years. He finished either in the top 5 in the National League in RBIs. And then his time with the New York Mets, though, as well helped put the Mets back towards respectability and had their run towards winning the World Series in '86. But we got our own Foster named Darius.
Yeah, no relation, but good blast from the past, B.
That's kind of a little pop culture.
There you
yeah,
go.
but with that all said, let's get to the serious side of this opponent. There's nothing to be nothing to be said about this legacy. The 21st ranked Pepperdine Waves, who just took a series against the Michigan Wolverines from the Big Ten Conference, or a national runner-up, who upset top-ranked UCLA in the Super Regionals last year, took it to the 3rd final game of the College World Series in Omaha against Vanderbilt. And Pepperdine winning the series. How big in this series so far this early season? Pepperdine, like we always said, the WCC title has always go through Pepperdine, and it's been a while, quite some time in our that we've won a series down at Eddy Field.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been. Maybe a couple of years since we've won a series at Eddy Field. I think we beat them 2 out of 3 last time we were down there, but.
I think it's 14 years to be exact.
I think we'll check that.
Yeah.
We'll check the math there. But I think, the one thing I think with the series is Pepperdine is good, and they've always been good, and we're going to have to play well. But, how big is this series? It's the next game, and the next game we play is always the biggest game we've ever played. So that's something we need
4 weeks into this season, and now we're in the 5th week, and just like that, you got Pepperdine right out to kick off the WCC schedule.
Yeah, it doesn't get much easier in the conference. San Diego's playing well, Pepperdine's playing well, Portland's playing well, Santa Clara's playing well. Gonzaga's going to play very well as the season progresses. They got off to a slow start. There's no easy weekends. Pacific's playing much better this year.
They're not as bad. I don't think so.
We got a long ways to go. It's going to have to go game by game this year in the West Coast Conference. Loyola Marymount, they're still doing their thing.
Came within a game of knocking out UCLA in that regional. Got the last spot of the final spot to the WCC tournament from last rights to nearly knocking off top-ranked UCLA in their regional last year.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to play well at Pepperdine. You know, they're hitting 301 as a team, so obviously they're doing a lot of really good stuff offensively. Their three starters and both relievers ERAs are really low. They're not walking a lot of guys. They're playing good defense. This is a good Pepperdine team. We're gonna have to go down there and play our best if we want a chance to win the series.
All right, Coach. Go get 'em.
Thanks, B.
That's head coach Nino Giarratano. USF Dons are back at it this weekend. 3-game series against the Pepperdine Waves down in Malibu at Eddy D Field. Game 1 of that series will be Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. Pacific. Saturday and Sunday afternoon will be at 1 p.m. The games will be seen on the WCC on the W.TV. Then the Dons, after Sunday's game, will travel up the coast, up the I-5 to Fresno State to take on the Fresno State Bulldogs from the Mountain West Conference, who was also a participant in last year's NCAA Regional. That game, Tuesday night at 6:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Game will be live video cast from our good friends from the Mountain West Network. The Dons' next homestand will be 1 week from Friday, March 20th. They'll take on the Pacific Tigers. That will be at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Game will be, if you want to get your tickets, go to usfdons.com/tickets or call the USF Dons box office at 415-422-2USF. And the game will also be seen on the W.TV. Latest news on USF Dons, athletics, and so much more. Go to usfdons.com. I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. This has been your USF Dons Baseball Weekend Review and Preview for the week from Friday, March 6th to Tuesday, March 10th, 2020. Thank you for watching USF Dons Baseball Weekend Review on Dons TV.